Hello, everyone, and welcome to Microsoft's session on building a marketplace for inclusion, innovation, and impact. My name is Diego Reichman, and today I am joined by two of my colleagues at Microsoft, Yvonne Mensch, Senior Director, and Gina Go, Senior Strategy Lead. At Microsoft, our mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. So today we're going to share two things along those lines with you. First, we're going to have Yvonne share how we are empowering every ISB partner for success, everyone. And then we're going to invite Gina to tell us about specifically what are we doing for those partners that have a strong focus on social impact, on ESG, or are diverse-owned businesses. So let's get started. Without further ado, I'd like to invite Yvonne to cover the ISB Success program.
Thank you, Diego. I'm so excited to be here. You just took us through our agenda, so let's jump right in with the next slide. I am going to share with you a fantastic new program we've been building called ISB Success. And first, I just want to share that I love the partnership we have with Tackle.io, the desire to unlock the power of cloud marketplaces for ISVs. And that is a central part of this new program that we've been building that's currently in public preview. Really, it's designed to help all ISVs, software providers that are building applications across the Microsoft Cloud, Azure, Teams, Dynamics, Power Platform, our security, compliance, and identity products. So to help them build those applications and reach more customers by leveraging our commercial marketplace. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that next. One key principle that we used in building this is to support ISVs across the journey as they're building applications. So we want to help you leverage our technologies across the Microsoft Cloud, in fact, even combining them to unlock application innovation. We see ISVs building Azure apps with Teams embedded. We see Dynamics and M365 ISVs replatforming on Azure, and this unlocks really creative innovation that solves end customer problems. So we want to help ISVs get exposed to our cloud, use all of it to build innovative applications and have them be well architected. We also want to help them publish, especially publish transactable applications to leverage our commerce platform for all the invoicing and currency calculations and taking care of all of that, outsourcing the transaction to Microsoft and using it to reach directly our end customers or to reach our Microsoft sellers that sell into large enterprises or our reseller, our cloud solution provider channel that sells into medium and small enterprises. So it's a powerful go-to-market for ISVs that want to go to market with and through Microsoft. And then once built and published to help you grow sales of your applications through any of those go-to-markets that you may choose according to your strategies. Let me tell you a little bit more about it on the next slide. So first of all, to discover this program, there's a new website called the ISV Hub, and that's where you can learn the specifics of the program and the eligibility and what it offers, and I'll share that with you briefly here today. And that's also where you can sign up in just a few minutes and get an initial answer of like, yes, you're accepted. It also finishes the application in our partner center where it pulls in data from your information if you've already been working with us as a partner. So the eligibility criteria is really pretty simple. We want to help you build applications, so you have to have an application in development. So we don't engage in that earliest ideation stage, especially that some startup or younger ISVs might be in. You have to have something that you already have developer resources assigned to against which you can use the benefits. Also, because we help you publish into the commercial marketplace, we currently aren't able to help support B2C ISVs and applications, limited to B2B in focus that you're selling to commercial entities with the finished app. We do want to help you build and publish, as I mentioned, so we do ask to share your intent to publish into Marketplace because that's what we're trying to help you do. And then if you're not already in our partner network, that's perfectly fine. In fact, we kind of love that. But we'll help you join the Microsoft Cloud Partner Program to get your partner ID with us. And that is a requirement before we engage and distribute the benefits. Next, please. So here's a little bit about what's included. I mentioned the Microsoft Cloud. So there's a developer sandbox or cloud sandbox across Azure, Dynamics, M365. It's really exciting to give you the opportunity to use and test out those products if you're not already using them. And also the developer tooling, so Visual Studio and GitHub, to increase the speed with which you can go to market. So this is super exciting, especially now with all the AI innovation that's coming. ChatGPT 4, Azure OpenAI services. It can help you get exposed to those and how you can embed that into your applications and create new innovation. Also, in developer tooling, GitHub Copilot can really speed your time to market, reducing the repetitive and simpler work and accelerating using code architectures and reference architectures to get your application completed. We also provide technical and business one-on-one consults tailored to what you're building to help make sure you're getting the most out of our cloud, out of our marketplace, et cetera, optimize your listing, and all of that. Now, here I just want to pause and say, hey, we're working with this great partner, Tackle IO, that has fantastic services in this area. This is not an either or proposition. Any ISV can join this program and also take advantage of Tackle IO services. That's why we have a partnership to encourage you to become aware of, for our ISVs that we're working with, encourage them to become aware of and use Tackle services to get them there faster. And then we have a dedicated community so that ISVs can ask each other questions and get anytime, always on access to resources that can help you find the technical documentation or the specific video or learn about hackathons and webinars that can help educate you. So here's the specifics. I'm not going to spend too much time here. You can read about them on the ISV Hub. But as I mentioned, some cloud credits across the Microsoft Cloud, those developer tools, both GitHub and Visual Studio. And then the next slide shares additional information about the one-on-one consults. There we go, a slight delay in that loading. So application consults at the design stage to help you build your architecture, at the review stage to help you check if there's anything you should add or tweak, and at the publishing stage, especially if it's your first application publishing to one of our storefronts, and that's Azure Marketplace or AppSource or even TeamStore. Also, lots of self-paced learning resources and business enablement as well, listing services, but also how to get channel ready if you haven't already sold your applications through a partner channel, what type of margins you might need to expect, how to find those and tap into those CSPs if you're wanting to use them to reach new geographies, for example. Next, please. So the marketplace community that I mentioned, this is really exciting to me. You don't have to be in the ISB Success program. Anyone can join, but great synergies and complementary, rich content from our engineers working within Azure or working within our commercial marketplace. And so it's a great opportunity to ask and answer questions of your peers who may have confronted what you're working on already, but also of Microsoft experts. And the link there is at the bottom of the page, and we'll share these links also in the final slide of this presentation. Next, please. So that was a super high-level overview of this program. I just want to emphasize in closing that it's open to anyone. There is no performance metric of you already have to have a certain amount of Azure consumption. We want to help you build your first Azure app, if that's it. We want to help you publish your first application to Marketplace, if that's where you are. And we want to give you these benefits, $126K in value for a full year. And we want to see if we can help make you successful, accelerate your success in what you're achieving. So next, I'll turn over to Diego, who can talk about social impact and what we're doing with diverse businesses. Thank you.
Thank you, Yvonne. I love that the barrier to entry is low. I love it's available for everyone and that it has real retail value. You get a bunch of freebies to get started. And that's for everyone. Now I want to move to what you can do to elevate your profile if you're a social impact oriented business or a diverse owned business. There's some extra things you can do. And on the next slide, you can see that at Microsoft, this is because at Microsoft, we want to support inclusive economic opportunity. We're committed to protecting fundamental rights, creating a sustainable future, and earning trust, earning your trust and the trust of the customers. This is not just a one-off thing. It's part of an actual multi-year commitment that Microsoft has made to the United Nations. So the United Nations, for those of you who don't know, have Sustainable Development Goals, also known as SDGs. These are 17 goals that the United Nations have challenged all of us to try to make concrete progress by the year 2030. And Microsoft has made a commitment, and every year we put out a report. That picture is from the report from last year, but the 2022, but the new report came out today, and we're going to put it on the chat so you can see what the latest is with sustainability. I want to invite Gina to provide more details why this is important and what you can do. Go ahead, Gina.
Thanks, Diego. And indeed, many organizations around the world, like Microsoft, are paying attention to this. So, more than $121 trillion are now assets under management aligned to the UN Principles for Responsible Investment. 73% of CEOs are reporting an increasing pressure to focus on their climate ambitions. And when you look at the SMB segment, 82% of those early adopters of technology in that segment actually have some form of environmental social governance, or ESG for short, and corporate social responsibility reporting. And these are all the members of the Billion Dollar Roundtable. This is an organization that focuses on advocating for supplier diversity, and it really is showing the growing momentum on focus for diversity and sustainability and social value in supply chains. Microsoft is a member of this roundtable, and in fact, last year we spent 7 billion with US diverse-owned businesses in our procurement program. Beyond private companies and our customers, governments are also paying attention to this. 2 years ago, the US government announced that they would double their targets for contracting dollars with small and disadvantaged businesses. In the UK, they've also updated their policy requiring a 10% weight in ESG considerations for each procurement. And so, what does this all mean? It's really an opportunity for us all to better align with our values, consider our broader societal impact, and also differentiate in the marketplace as we go on that journey. And so, we're really proud over the last few years to have been able to feature more than 200 businesses on the Microsoft commercial marketplace with change-making solutions, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses on their journey in support of those United Nations Sustainable Development Goals that Diego spoke about. And in fact, if you check out the marketplace community that Yvonne just shared, you'll see some recent features aligned with Women History Month and Earth Month over the last couple of months this year. And so, how are we helping partners show up better, be discovered on the marketplace? Partners can do a few things. So, firstly, you can enter your partner center. That's the partner portal for Microsoft to attest as a social impact business or a diverse owned business. You can upload certifications and social impact disclosures that you have. These are just some examples that we have enabled in different countries around the world. And then you set up your business profile on the marketplace to be discovered. And so I'm really excited here to turn it back to Diego to walk you through that process.
Thank you, Gina. I'm going to give a super quick demo, just a few screenshots of what you can do. So again, if you're a social impact business or a diverse owned business, go to their documentation and just see the criteria to see if you qualify. And criteria changes per region, and we keep adding new classifications. Once you know you qualify, then you go to Partner Center, which is our portal where all Microsoft partners set up their accounts. And if you look at the little number 1, you go to Settings, and then on the next slide, you see that within Settings, you basically go to Company Profile, and inside that Company Profile, there's a social impact and a diverse business classification and certifications. So you click Edit on that, and then you basically get a bunch of choices for around diversity, equity and inclusion, around social impact, around sustainability, ESG certifications. You choose the ones that you want, and then what you do as the last step is you go On the next slide, you go to create a business profile. So you go to these referrals, diamond icon, and then below you just edit on your profile, and that's it. And then voila, what happens next on the next slide, you can enjoy increased visibility for our 4 billion plus monthly active users. You can see on the right that on the Microsoft App Source, for example, there is a social impact, diverse business. There's some checkboxes. When you click on those, it filters, and you get some badges, and when some details are shared about you. And as Gina mentioned, customers, enterprise customers, more and more are looking to be more intentional about how they spend their money. So this is a good matchmaking that we're enabling for you with them. So in closing, we're almost out of time. I want to just remind you that if you are one of those businesses, please attest as a social impact on diverse business in Partner Center, update your business profile, and then you can also join us for the Build for 2030 initiative, where Microsoft may highlight your impact using our big PR machine, And on the last slide, we just want to leave you with a bunch of resources. I'm sure this is going to be recorded so you can revisit it. But you have everything we talked about, the ISB Success, Marketplace Community, the incentives, workshops, webinars. And then, of course, you can reach out to us on LinkedIn. Our links are on the chat. So without further ado, that's all. It was short but sweet. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Tackle. We are committing to building a better future. We believe we can do well by doing good. And this is one step we took towards that. So thank you, everyone, and see you next time.